Teal's my second color.
We are today introducing a rebranding.
This is a family-owned business. No pressure, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
Who's gonna buy a plaid and floral trailer?
Wait, I'm looking in the window, it's got twin beds.
I'm going on another amazing adventure.
We're in Nappanee, Indiana, at the beautiful Gulfstream Coach campus for the 2026 Vintage Cruiser Rally.
There's just something about Amish cooked food. It's just delicious. If you ever get a chance, you should try some. This is a family-owned business that have been in business for, what they said, over 40 years now? 41 years, something like that?
Yeah, a long time.
So we really appreciate getting to come up here, and let's take a look at some of the things we got to do while we were here.
Obviously, growing up in the family business, I spent a lot of time with my grandpa, my dad's dad. And I would always go to their house because grandma and grandpa had a swimming pool, right? So that's like the best place for a 4-year-old to be in the summertime. And my grandpa had this big red leather chair, and it was this beautiful thing, right? And he always sat in it. And he was always on the phone. Always. There was a phone in the car, there was a phone everywhere. And the phone was always ringing, and I'd ask him one day to get me a playing phone that I could use. So I had set up like, a little desk next to where his red chair was, and so he's on the phone conducting business with dealers and, selling trailers and running a plant and doing all of the things. And I'm, beside him, just telling everybody off, right? Just like Grandpa was, and telling him, you gotta get this done. We gotta get this done, is what I kept saying. So the story in our family was always that I was selling it, from 4 years old on, which has only transpired into my career now. And if you haven't noticed, I have very big mannerisms, just like I did when I was younger. So there's some things that just don't change, and they're instilled in you at a very young age. So, and then some of you guys have probably met my father. He's the same way with his, mannerisms and things. So it's all part of the selling tactic, right? So it truly is a family business, and having you guys here on our property, it truly means so much, because this is part of our vision, right? And this is a vision that started in 1971, and we're in 2026, and we're still instilling those, values every day between my sister and I. So it's a great thing to see. Awesome, thanks guys.
The second day of the rally consisted of a cruiser college, where owners learned about their RVs. The morning session consisted of training seminars on some of the third-party components for their units provided by members of those manufacturers.
And then the wiring, you're already going to have this down there, and you're already going to have this one.
Snap it on, turn it as far as you can to the right, that'll help hold it on. I've heard people put a caulk on it to help hold it on.
Reason why we don't want it to be too easy is because if it's too easy, you're not going to have a good seal. So when we talk about these doors, this door actually is bent. So this door is actually shaped like this. A lot of people are doing like the Starlink, and then Amazon Leo is coming out by the end of this year. This is our Starlink solution currently.
The charge controller converts all that. When the battery gets down to 70%, it flips on, charges up. When it gets to 100%, which is the most important part, it kicks off.
But before we could hit the point of information overload, we were treated to a very nice and expansive deli lunch before heading over to the plant for some more learning, while also getting to see each units within their product line up close and personal. What do you think?
It's cute.
Not quite the flamingo pink, but
the teal's good. Teal's my second color.
Don't worry, we will take a look at these in detail in a future video. For now, we've got some more learning to do inside the plant, including what makes the Vintage and Vista Cruiser stand out among the RV industry. Now don't worry, this one didn't come off the assembly line necessarily. It actually came from a baker. That is a cake. Okay, off the top of your guys' head, what model is this?
1930.
Nice! Impressive!
Wait, I'm looking in the window, it's got twin beds.
And what better way to celebrate vintage cruisers than with a classic 1950s style sock hop dance? This is day 3 of the rally. There's a big press conference happening today in about an hour from now. And we don't know exactly what it is, but they told us that we should be there. So if you've made it this far into the video, don't stop yet because there's some big news coming. Stay tuned.
My father taught me, and certainly in the business and in life, just do the right thing. It's not always easy to do the right thing, but in the end, that's what pays off.
This event is more than introducing new products and innovation. It's about sharing where Gulfstream is headed and reaffirming the values that have guided this company for over more than 5 decades. The company has been Shea owned and operated and family operated for over 55 years. We are today introducing a rebranding of our company. We're known as America's Family RV Company. And the main reason we're doing that, we're relating to our dealers, our many dealers that are 3rd and 4th generation leaders of their family-owned businesses. And of course, our customers, many of them have owned their own stores and companies, whether that was plumbing, electrical, painting, so on and so forth. For over 55 years, Gulfstream has been proudly family-owned, family-operated, and fiercely independent. In an industry that has changed dramatically over the years, that independence has never been more important to us and to our customers. To continue to remain successful over the next 55 years, we continue to investing, not only in our products, but in our people and in our leadership. And today marks an important milestone in Gulfstream Coach's history. Since Jim Shea Sr. founded Gulfstream in 1971, the Shea's family commitment has never wavered. Generation after generation, the family has remained actively involved in leading this company with the same values that it was built on. That is integrity, hard work, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to the people of Gulfstream. Today, I'm extremely proud to announce the next chapter of the Shea legacy. Regan Shea and Saylor Shea will be taking expanded leadership roles within Gulfstream Coach, representing the next generation of the Shea family. Effective immediately, Saylor Shea will serve as our Director of Strategy and Communications. I'm equally excited to announce that Regan Shea has been promoted to our Director of Dealer Relations. By combining that incredible depth of experience with all the energy, this perspective, and vision of the next generation of family leadership, we're building a company that honors its past while preparing for the great future that Gulfstream has. I'm excited about where we're heading together. I want to thank you, all of our dealers, all of our people, all of our suppliers that are here today for all your trust in Gulfstream and your continued support. Thank you so much.
What's your official title now?
The Director of Strategy and Communications here at Gulfstream Coach.
Saylor is the granddaughter of, Jim Shea,
yep.
who founded the company 40-some years ago. This being a truly family company, are you excited about continuing that legacy and being a part of that?
Yes, I'm really excited. I think one thing we don't see as often today is a third-generation family-owned and operated business. So to be able to continue that on with a business that also brings great products to families all over the country is a really special and exciting thing.
And it's also unique in that, in the RV industry especially, you don't see a lot of females in higher leadership.
Yep.
Do you feel any pressure around that? Are you excited about a challenge? Like, how does that feel, knowing that you and your sister are now kind of standing out among the industry in that aspect?
I don't think it's a challenge. I think it's a really exciting time. I just graduated from Notre Dame with a finance degree, which is pretty much male dominated. So I've been kind of used to those industries, but I think now we're at a time where everyone's really excited to have that. And so I think it's also a little bit of advantage and a good story to tell that, or again, not only third generation, but also two women at the top. So I think it's great.
I would agree. I think Emily, holding the camera, would agree as well. Is there anything that we can expect or look to see in the future from Vintage and from Gulfstream?
Yep, so I think we're really working on introducing new product lines, new designs, potential for more collaborations down the road, and really determined to make sure that we're producing really unique products. And so we have a lot coming, and it's going to be a really exciting time.
And we actually picked this one for the background here specifically. This is the Laura Ashley model. Correct me if I'm wrong, did you have anything to do with this?
Yes, so I was the main designer for the interior and exterior, and also just managed the whole project and the collaboration. It was a really exciting time because there really isn't anything that is like this on the market, and it's funny because, like you mentioned, it's a male-dominated industry. A lot of the men were kind of like, who's gonna buy a plaid and floral trailer? And so, I convinced them we'll do 10 and see how it goes. And it's our kind of bestseller last year from the Vintage line. And so, again, it kind of just shows that customers are wanting something different. And I can't tell you the amount of people, men including, have told me that they love the look inside, and they really have come accustomed to loving that look. So excited to, again, do more things like that go beyond kind of what's currently offered on the market.
And I think the one thing that a lot of people fail to realize, and you guys can let us know in the comments below, who is it that ultimately makes the final decision when it comes to the RV? Yes, the men may go out and look at it and check the tires and make sure everything is mechanically correct, but as far as what it looks like in the interior, usually is the female of the group that makes those decisions. So I think you're spot on with your approach to this, and we want to say congratulations. We look forward to what you guys are able to accomplish as the company goes forward, and keep doing what you're doing. It's working.
Yep.
So job well done.
Thank you.
We are here with Regan, who has just been promoted to, what's your official title now?
Director of Dealer Relations for Gulfstream Coach.
And that's a big deal, number one, because your last name is
Shea,
which is the same as
Dan Shea, and James Shea, who is the founder of Gulfstream Coach, and then the CEO is my father, Dan Shea.
Third generation working with a truly family-owned RV manufacturer, and that stands out in a number of ways, just the family aspect and staying in the family. I spoke to Saylor earlier.
Yep.
You don't see a lot of females in a leadership position in this industry.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, no pressure, I'm sure, but what is it that you see that could kind of change the industry as a result of that?
Well, one thing I will say is Saylor and I are kind of leading the pack on that change, because primarily the RV industry has been male dominated for its entirety. I've personally worked in the industry for 15 years. Obviously I started when I was, young girl running around at our, family picnics, and, it's truly been a family experience. But in terms of the female role, I have had an enormous amount of success, I think, because I am female. And it's nice to see a little bit of a change, right? It's nice to see a different perspective. And, Saylor and I add a lot of different values, opinions, and thought processes to that we're younger generation kind of coming in and starting that working in the millennial field a little bit. And, I think it's going to cultivate a lot of really good relationships, and I think it's going to grow. I do business with a RV dealership, and it's all primarily female ran dealership. It's, again, two sisters.
Mm-hmm.
We have a dealer in Michigan who's two sisters who have ran, their dealership. So, it's been nice. We kind of single out those female RV dealerships and try to earn their business.
And like I said before, it may be the males that are checking the tires and making sure the weights are right and all of the technical aspects, but once you walk into that thing, who's the one that makes all the decisions?
Yeah, right. Right.
It ain't, I didn't make a single decision inside. Everything was her. So having that mindset overall is great because we're not having to adapt something. It's coming off the line that way.
Yes. Yeah.
So is there anything that you are looking forward to in this role? Anything that, like any plans you might be able to let us know on? Anything like that?
All of it. I'm literally so excited for the entire position. So I love people. I love being around people. I love communicating with people. I love, getting new ideas from our dealers. I'm really excited to, be boots on the ground and be really in. When you're working and you're trying to develop and grow a territory, you really have to focus on one area. So I'm really excited to be able to expand that area and be able to use all of the United States to grow our dealer body, and just building those relationships and getting that family atmosphere out there. And we are different. So for me, growing that dealer body base, earning more business, generating more sales, having the help of my sister behind me, doing the numbers part of it so that I can just drive our sales numbers forward, making those relationships and connections while I have the support from her on the back end is really gonna propel our company forward.
I've got one last question, and I'm going to try to be very careful with how this is phrased because I know there are going to be some people that are going to follow this mindset. This is a position that was truly earned, not just something that was handed to you because you're the next generation, right?
Absolutely. So fun fact, when I was at Indiana University, I worked at Zyker's Dry Cleaners, okay? And I did door-to-door. I don't know if local people will resonate. It's a dry cleaners, okay? And I did door-to-door delivery service. That was straight up cold call knocking on people's door. So that's what introduced me into sales.
You did that for a while,
yes.
too.
Realized that I actually really loved it. I loved the adrenaline rush of being terrified that somebody's gonna tell you, get off my porch. I don't care, I'll come back next week. I'll call you later. So I loved that. When I transitioned then after I graduated college into Gulfstream, I worked in our PDI facility, which is post-delivery inspection for our motorhome plant.
Okay.
Then I transferred to our post-delivery inspection for our conventional built travel trailers, then to our laminated PDI facility. So I worked in all three of our PDI facilities in all of our different plants with all of our different plant managers. Then I transferred to our corporate building and worked in parts, service, warranty. I did that for probably a year. So 5 years in total, I did all of the little working parts. Then I got my territory. So even just to get my territory, I worked my butt off to get that. And then, I've spent the last 10 years really cultivating this territory and growing this territory and proving that I can build these relationships and I can, gaining the trust from Phil and Dad to know that I can be trusted with all of these accounts and I know what I'm doing and I can make conscious and informed decisions that are going to help everybody grow.
You're not just reciting what the brochure says.
Correct.
A lot of salespeople, they'll go out and say, here's my script, here's all that. You get to say, no, this is exactly how it's done because I did that.
Yes, yeah. And it is, I think it's really, honestly, no offense to any other rep, but it's really set me apart from any other rep that's in in our area, because how many reps can say, hey, I worked in our plant, I worked in final finish, I worked in PDI, I worked in... Not very many. And
you've got experience camping.
Yes.
That's something that oddly enough, you don't see that too often
Yeah.
among especially the sales teams
Yep.
in this industry.
Yeah.
They're so concerned about making the sale, but if you ask them, how does this work out on this
I don't know.
campsite? Here's your instruction manual.
Yeah.
Everyone we've talked to here, they're like, well, I took this one out here, or we went out camping 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like, you are campers.
Yes.
You know what it is, from multiple aspects that people are looking for. Regan, thank you very much, and congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
I need to avoid outside air as much as possible right now. Listen to me. The wildfire smoke, it was really bad when we first got here.
Yeah, check out this shot that we got from the campground the night that we got here, and it will tell you everything you need to know about why her voice sounds like that. She's not trying to do a Golden Girls reenactment or anything like that.
I need another amazing adventure.